Also tonight in Florida, all it takes to lose your rights is for 3 strangers to decide you are not competent. Tonight, a South Florida man is fighting the guardianship system. Investigative reporter Carmel Cafiero has his story in this special assignment report.
64-year-old Stewart Rosenkrantz landed in a wheelchair decades ago after a car accident, but he hasn't let that stop him from enjoying life. His still pictures are so special, he sold them. His money management is so good, he owns his home and doesn't owe anybody anything.
Mr. Rosenkrantz is the only fella I know that doesn't have a debt.
Attorney Edward Dinna represents Stewart. They're fighting a move by a family member that could cost Stewart control over his life and his finances. It started with this, a petition filed in Broward County that claims Stewart is being unduly influenced by his roommate, a claim Stewart and his attorney deny.
Not only are they trying to appoint a temporary guardian, but they're trying to serve subpoenas on all his banking and financial institutions to find out just how wealthy or not he is.
3 court-appointed members of a committee met with Stewart and decided he can own a gun, he can drive his van, but he can't manage his property. He says it's all about getting control of his money. What did you think?
Well, I knew what they were after.
Were you mad?
Mad as hell.
Stewart is challenging the findings and so far still has control of his finances. The court-appointed examining committee is made up of 3 members, a social worker who decided Stewart is at risk for financial exploitation, a psychologist who said his thought processes have a paranoid flavor, and a medical doctor who said he was a vulnerable, easily persuaded, and gullible individual. All this after spending just a few hours with Stewart.
I didn't even know what the Guardian program was. And all of a sudden, I'm going to be subject to that?
The report from the committee's medical doctor quotes his family doctor, but Stewart's personal physician says she's never talked to that doctor about Stewart.
I've never had a consultation with him on any patient.
The report says Dr. Ann Blanke told the committee member Stewart tends to neglect his medical needs.
No, I did not.
That he is vulnerable and at risk.
I would never make a statement like that to anyone.
The medical doctor who made the report turned down our request for an interview. Stewart, meanwhile, is convinced he's being railroaded.
I decided it was against me all the way, that it was predetermined. It was just for the money.
In fact, he has been so worried about what will happen next, he spent months in Puerto Rico at a home he owns there.
We were like fugitives. We felt like it. 4.5 months in Puerto Rico, even though it's a beautiful place. You get tired of it. You want to come back, but we're afraid to.
And he says he may go back into hiding until he can have his day in court. Carmel Cafiero, 7 News.
Well, although hearings on guardianships are usually closed-door proceedings, Stewart says he'll ask the court to allow our camera in for his case.